The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Hey, it's Nat Westo from the 6AX Classic Brekkie, and we've wrapped up another week. And you know what that means? Another podcast.
Ooh, look at us in the world of podcasting. Well, as you know, my neighbours made the mistake of having me babysit their kids recently.
What were they thinking?
I mean, I've never had anything to do with little people, but they did survive the night. But what an entertaining evening that was. Going to take your calls about Cheapskate Mates, plus a former US president gets all extraterrestrial on us.
Ooh.
And the bad news, if you sit behind a desk at work, including us, Westo, AI could replace us within the next 2 years. Stick around too, because Chris, my other half, and I have discovered a new bedroom game to play. It involves an art liner pen.
What?
Yeah.
The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
As you know, Westo,
Yes.
I'm a dried out, barren woman in my 50s.
Harsh.
I've brought up more pets than you can poke a stick out, but I have never had the joy of bringing a little human into the world. And a lot of people would say that that is a good thing, but clearly nobody told the neighbours this. I was out the front, I was chatting to my neighbours, and they are good kids. And I said to them, you've done such a good job with the kids, little boy, little girl. They're fantastic. I think they're about 9 and 11. But the mum has obviously deciphered that as, possible babysitter. Because the next minute she goes, we're stuck for a babysitter. Would you be able to look after the kids? I'll bring them to your house and I'll have them all sorted. There won't be any trouble. And I looked at her and I thought, gosh, I can barely keep myself out of trouble, but you're trusting me with your spawn for a night. Very brave woman. The kids come over about 5 o'clock. Kids bring a lot of stuff with them, don't they?
Oh, yeah, you got to keep them busy.
They've got 2 bags each. They've got their bathers, towels, pillows, iPads, snacks. And Mum says, don't worry about the kids. They've been fed. They'll entertain themselves and they should fall asleep by about 8:39. It started well because they're water babies. They love the pool. So in the pool they go. I thought, great, I've got some relaxed time, crack open a beer.
Yeah, you don't want to watch the kids carefully in the pool.
They'll be fine, bobbing around. Then I started hearing some arguing. Then there was some slapping and I thought, here we go. Right, kids, get out of the pool. And then they're hungry. And I said, how can you be hungry? You've literally just had dinner. I don't know, but we're hungry. And I said, well, you've got treats in your bag, so have something to eat from your bag. Well, what have you got? Have you got better treats than us? And I'm like, I've got no treats. And then the boy's like, what's that? It's a bar of caramel there, which I'd been saving. I thought that was hidden in the scullery, but no, he's buzzed straight onto it. I said, you want some caramel? I'm not used to sharing my chocolate. So out comes the caramel. I open it up, give them a line each. That sounds wrong. No, they want the whole block. I think they got about 3/4 of the way through it and then I snatched it and hid it again. Then they want fruit. I said, look at me, kids. Do I look like I eat fruit? And they're like, everyone has fruit. It's healthy to have fruit. Yeah, I don't buy fruit. I said, listen, I've got fruit juice. I can make some frozen pina coladas if you kids are up for it. So I think I'll just stick a movie on. They've seen that movie. We put another one on. We went through 3 movies, 5 minutes into it, we've seen it. So I'm like, I'll just put on some streaming channel. It was Haunted or something, some paranormal show. And the daughter who's 11, she's like, this is great. Mum never lets us watch this. I'm like, right, off it goes. Then they find the karaoke machine. So then they're busy for 15 minutes. Karaoke machine. Then they find the chin-up bar, which I've never used, by the way, the chin-up bar which is hanging over the door in the kitchen. So that keeps them busy for another 15 minutes. The dogs are getting really tired because the dogs are getting picked up, put down, picked up, put down, picked up, put down. But they're loving it. They love kids. Kids have the attention span of a goldfish. I never knew I would be this exhausted. And I'm like, right, come on, kids. Are you tired? Should we go to bed? And they're like, no, we're not tired yet. Toddle off to the spare bedroom. They're in there for like 20 minutes and out they come. We're thirsty. Oh,
that one. Yeah.
We're thirsty. All right, well, I'll get you some water. Got any soft drinks? I've got some Coke. Oh, yeah, we'll have one of those each. So the dog's exhausted. I'm exhausted. They're just sitting there on my sofa. I'm sitting on the floor. The kids are on my sofa. Then finally, it's about 11:30, I get this message from the parents. We're on our way home. See you in about 45 minutes. It's almost midnight by this stage. Then the kids fall asleep on the couch, fast asleep, snoring. Mum and Dad come through the door, literally pick these kids up. They sleep through being picked up and walked out the door. And I'm like, that was blooming hard work. Next time I do it, I will actually make the frozen pina coladas. They might actually get tired, fall asleep earlier.
Nat and Westo, the only way to start your morning. The classic breakfast on 6AX.
The truth is out there.
I love the X-Files. Have you got something?
Well,
Got something spooky, because I love that stuff, all the crop circles and the aliens and stuff.
funny you should mention that. I think the music sort of lends itself to that. Have you heard about the news? Former US President Barack Obama
Love him.
went on a podcast called No Lie. And the topic of alien life came up. The question was, do aliens exist?
Yeah.
And Barack Obama's answer was, they're real, but I haven't seen them.
Is he the only politician to actually admit that they are real? So aliens are real.
I'm wondering how
And
many...
we're not talking about illegal aliens. We're talking about aliens from
space,
like
not
E.T. from home.
Not over the
That
border
one.
aliens, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just wondering
wow.
how many of the politicians themselves are aliens. It's not they want to start some conspiracy theory.
Well, aren't they supposed to be lizard people? Aren't they aliens? But they're lizard people, and they're around the world and stuff, and they're lizards underneath.
Yes, they're in charge of everything. The royal families, there are all sorts of stuff, apparently. Now things are getting weird. But no, he did shut down one of the favourite theories, that alien bodies are being hidden inside that ultra-secret Area 51 facility in Nevada.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
So he's saying they're not there.
He's saying, look, they're not at Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy.
I saw a doco the other day where people were just driving with their cameras, but they were driving to a side entrance of Area 51. The military were following them and then basically came out of this vehicle with guns and stuff.
There's obviously something there.
Yeah, exactly. Why is there such security if there's no aliens in there?
Maybe it's just a testing facility and they're doing stuff they don't want people to know about.
Seems to be very high facility if there's nothing there.
He's not saying there's nothing there, he's just saying there's no aliens there. The question that he apparently wanted answered the most when he first entered the White House was, where are the aliens?
What did he say?
That's what he wanted to know.
He was asking the question, where are the aliens?
Yep, that was
because
what he
maybe
wanted to know.
him and Michelle wanted to have some aliens over for dinner, like Mork from Ork.
What we just served them?
Well, what do aliens eat?
It's a really good question.
Pasta. You can't go past a good pasta or a pizza. What a stupid blooming conversation.
The classic breakfast with Nat and Westo on 6AX.
I am constantly looking in the mirror, which is nothing unusual. I've been looking in the mirror since I was tall enough to see myself in it, and I was obsessed.
You're a budgie.
Pretty much a budgie. But you know Mr. Bean, he does all the facial things. I do all those facial things too. So if there's ever a mirror within a couple of metres of me, I'm straight into it. Oh, what funny face can I pull? Then as I was getting older, I'm like, gosh, I'm gorgeous. Now I'm assessing my ageing process. So the wrinkles, the bags, the saggy neck, the grey hairs. Now I've got something else to obsess over, and I do not even need a mirror for it. Because Mum always told me when I was younger, she said, oh, you can always tell how old a person is by their hands. Have you ever noticed that? Age spots.
I'm looking at Mans now. So.
I've got lots of like burns and scars and stuff.
Yep.
But I didn't think I had too many of those age spots. But the other day I was cooking and I thought, oh, something got me on the knuckle. And I thought, oh, it's a bit of fat or something from the fry pan. It's healed up, but underneath it now, look at that. That's an age spot. Look at that.
Oh,
it's an age
oh,
spot.
no, that's you look about 104 now.
Wow. Words can hurt, mate.
Look at mine. Look at them. They're everywhere.
Yeah, but you've got fur all over yours, so you can hide it. Maybe I should start doing a transplant and actually put hair on my knuckles.
Do you really want your hairy knuckles like these?
Yeah, and then you won't see me age spots. But have you got age spots?
Yeah, look, there's one there.
I can't see it.
See that one?
Oh, I can see it a little bit. Maybe if you
there.
shaved your hands or waxed them, we could do it.
I comb them.
I thought it was a burn. It wasn't. It's an age spot. And now I'm obsessing over the entire length and breadth of my body.
I'm just thinking about I don't want to think about it too much, but you and the mirror and all of the nooks and crannies. As
Oh,
you're
look, I'm looking
for
in every nook and cranny.
Oh, Lord.
But I need a professional. You know those guys and girls, the skin specialists, and they put the little eyeglass on like jewellers.
Yeah, I really should do that.
They unfold everything. They go into every nook and cranny just to see if you've got some skin cancer. So I should do that. But yeah, now I'm obsessing over all my age spots. I'm starting to look like Ralph Mouth from Happy Days. So Chris and I talk about romance. Chris and I now have a new bedroom game. It's dot to dot, where Chris gets out an outliner and we spend hours connecting the dots.
Making every morning a classic. Nat and Westo, the classic breakfast on 6AX.
Have you updated your resume lately, Westo?
No.
You might need to do that.
Oh, what do you know that I don't know? What's happening?
Well, I've been on the World Wide Web, mate. I spent half my time trying to come up with interesting things to talk about, and this piqued my interest.
Okay.
AI, is it a good thing? I mean, who doesn't love playing around with photos? I love me some of that chat GPT. I've got a picture at the moment which I love. Dr. Scully Picklesworth, my dog, is actually riding a motorcycle.
Oh, lovely.
My motorcycle.
Would have scaled the motorcycle down or her up a lot.
her up, and then she's got a fag out of one hand. She's got like a half helmet. Very impressive. So AI, all fun and games until it's not. We are all on notice, apparently. A lot of jobs will become obsolete thanks to AI in the not too distant future. Once upon a time, even though we've all seen Terminator, we thought it was laughable that robots would replace us. But now it seems it's just a matter of time. One of Microsoft's bosses, Mustafa Suleyman, has warned if you are a white-collar worker and you spend most of your time in the day sitting in front of a computer, your tasks could be fully automated by AI within the next 12 to 18 months.
Right. I better pay off the mortgage.
Crickety sticks, mate. He's even come up with a list of those jobs most at risk. You want to hear them?
Are we on there?
Wait and see, mate. Stay tuned. Interpreters, translators, you're out. Historians, passenger attendants. So I don't think that's your trolley dollies. Who knows?
Right.
Sales reps of services, writers, authors, customer service reps, programmers, phone operators, ticket agents, and wait for it, broadcast announcers and radio DJs. We could be without a job within 18 months, which I know a lot of listeners will be pretty happy about. Get that mouth one off the air. We could be out of a gig. We'll all be automated. All AI.
I don't know what to say.
Well, no, I think you're in shock, my friend. This is the information I bring to the table every day. Listen, calm down, mate. Luckily for us, Westo, the equipment here at 6AX is a little bit underpowered, so possibly won't be able to run an advanced AI program to recreate radio DJs. And I tell you what, mate, I have never been happier that sitting at your desk in this studio is a Commodore 64.
The classic breakfast with Nat and Westo on 6AX.
Today, Cheapskate Mates. Some friends of mine, they've got family, invited them for a barbecue. Yeah, we've got 4 types of sausages, but you've got to tell us exactly how many you want because we're not cooking them all. Cost $90. Al in Crawley.
I used to play golf with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He had a client who would always sort of tag along, and he'd end up not paying for golf because he was supposedly going to get this guy some jobs. Anyway, the kicker is that this guy was so tight, on his 25th wedding anniversary, he bought his wife a kettle. Did you not? Yeah.
Was it a silver kettle?
Yeah. No, but he was high as a rat zero. Honestly, it was absolutely appalling.
I remember back in the 90s, I had a flatmate and he was a smoker, but he didn't have the money to buy smokes. But he bought the little rolly papers, you know, where you roll your own tobacco.
Yeah, I can see where this is going.
You can, because every Friday we'd go to the pub. He'd go around to all the tables and empty out all the cigarette butts from the ashtrays, and he'd put them into a little Ziploc bag. And then we'd go home, he'd roll smokes from the tobacco from the cigarette butts and roll them into smokes. And I'm like, aren't you worried about diseases and stuff?
Well, no, you're burning it. So,
Apparently, apparently not. Can you imagine if he was trying to afford smokes nowadays?
Oh,
Good Lord.
there's a few coming through on Facebook. Gay Matthews has got a cracker. My dad used to use, dry, and then reuse tea bags. When a sauce bottle was empty, he'd add vinegar to rinse it out and make more sauce. He didn't like his clothes being washed because he reckoned it wore them out faster, so Mum had to sneak them out and wash them. He diluted body wash, cut our hair short to save on hairdressers and shampoo because less hair,
Of
less
course.
shampoo.
Yeah.
But then she said, look, he'd happily pay airfares so his daughter and grandkids can go and visit him. So she reckons he saved all that money on tea bags, sauce,
Good
shampoo.
Lord. How did you ever get through childhood, Kay? I've got Kerry, and Kerry's got, my friend wouldn't order a meal in Bali and would just wait for everyone to finish their meal. This person, this friend, would then eat the leftovers. So it's annoyed Kerry so much, I love Kerry, that she would put her napkin in amongst all her leftovers on the plate so that this friend wouldn't be able to eat it.
Well, see, I wouldn't have leftovers. But if I was going to put the napkin in there, I'd make sure I had used it as a tissue first. In Ashfield, Malcolm, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Have you called about Cheapskate Mates?
Yes.
Come on, tell us all about it, Malcolm. Who's your cheapskate mate?
I was having my wedding with a DJ, and he was telling us he'd done another wedding, and they were using paper cups.
Jeez.
The DJ had to apologise. He just said, I'm sorry about this, but we didn't have any money to pay for the wedding.
Oh, good Lord, but they've gone ahead. Why didn't they just go to the registry office and get married there instead of putting on a wedding that had paper cups?
I don't know.
Well, love is love, and they found a way, Malcolm, no doubt, and that's why God invented credit cards.
Exactly.
That's right.
They can worry about it later.
Cheapskate Mates. Chris from Southlake, over to you.
Well, let me start with the first people I used to live with years ago. And they'd invite you back for a barbecue. You had to take your own container to put your ice in because they wouldn't provide that. And they used to flay the meat and then you had to buy what you wanted off them.
No, you didn't.
You did. They would supply the sausages, but they would have the meat and they'd go, you can have, this is a piece of scotch and we've got some rump here or some T-bone, and it'd have a dollar value on it, so you'd have to buy that. And then they wanted you to chuck in $3 for the gas bottle.
Oh, mate, I'm taking notes. This is great.
I used to have a friend who used to go and get the poo bags from down the beach so she didn't have to buy freezer bags. Which to me just used to make my dry reach over that.
Imagine if you put some rissoles in there, mate, and then put them in the freezer, got them out for company when they came over.
Yeah.
Nat and Westo, the only way to start your morning. The Classic Breakfast on 6AX.
I'm running solo this week, and I've noticed that when you're not cooking for another person, very often I can't be bothered cooking at all. So I'll have like toast with some creamed honey. And then I pulled out some pot noodles, and you laughed at me because you go, oh, it's your English heritage.
It's very English, yeah.
Well, 2-minute noodles. They come in a cup,
Yeah.
and you basically pour your boiling water into it, you reseal it, and you let it stand there for a while. When Chris is at home, if we ever have 2-minute noodles, I will strain the water and then I put it in a bowl. Then I add my own seasoning. So I'll always put chilli in there and garlic and some onion flakes, and that's how I'll have it without the fluid. I don't really like the fluid too much because every time I'm eating noodles of any description, I suck them up in my mouth
And
it all the fluid
everywhere.
flips all over, and guaranteed I'll be wearing white and it'll be over all my bourgeois, so that's got to go in the wash. But I give my fluid to Chris, who likes to almost drink it. It's like
Wow.
soupy noodle, and Chris goes to town, slurpy slurpy. But it got me thinking, are you a strainer or a non-strainer?
Stewie and Quinana, are you a strainer?
No, I'm not a strainer. Look, I'll get, the cup of soup, cream
Yeah.
of mushroom. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Keep talking.
Yeah, I'll get a packet of cream of mushroom soup and I'll whack that in with a noodle. Don't put the noodle stuff in there because that's crap, And that's fantastic. So I tend to put a little bit more water in there just to get a bit more soup.
This is giving me ideas
That's a
because
good
I'm
one.
single at the moment. So, Stewie, what we're doing is we're buying the noodles in the little pot, we're opening up, we're ditching the seasoning, and then you're putting cream of mushroom and adding your boiling water to that.
Exactly right, yeah.
That sounds really good. I've never even thought about putting a cup of soup in there.
I've been doing that for years.
Mate, you should have trademarked that years ago. You
love
could have been onto something now.
How there's so many different ways
I
just to
know.
do like noodles.
I'm going to give this a whirl. This
Yeah.
sounds great.
I'm bang up for it.
It's like I'm a bachelor all over again.
Dave in Cloverdale, over to you.
I don't wear white for a start. No slurp, slop with me.
Okay.
But I don't use them as that. When I make Singapore noodles, I don't use rice noodles. I use the Maggi chicken noodles in that yellow pack.
Yeah.
Crunch them up,
Ooh.
throw them into the Singapore noodles
Oh,
with the powder, and I use 2 packs of that instead.
maybe I should be doing it like that. But do you like it soupy or more like noodly?
Noodly.
Okay, well, you're kind of like me then. I like it more noodly than watery.
Wayne from Maylands.
Are you a strainer
Yeah.
or not a strainer, my friend?
It depends on the noodles. If it's the ones in the cup,
Yeah.
no, I'm not, because I like to butter some bread and dip that in the juices, and then once I finish all the noodles, I drink the juices as well. But if it's the ones in the packaging, once I've made those and they're all done, I do strain those ones.
So it depends. If it's what are the pot noodles, then yes, you have the fluid. But if you're cooking it yourself in a saucepan, how archaic, you strain.
Yes.
All right.
I'm a weird person, so I like to do some weird stuff when I'm cooking.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your OnlyFans page, mate.
Wow.
You must be my one and only subscriber.
The only fan.
That's it. Mate, I'm paying a lot of money for this every month, won't I?
Yes, I know.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo. Weekday mornings from 5:30 on 6AX.
I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
I feel good.